Hey, it's Lauren.
And it's Brittney, and welcome back, our killer queens and kings
To Killer Vacations
podcast.
What's up, lovies? So, what are you up to today, Brit?
I am up to a whole bunch of nothing. I slept till 12, 1 o'clock.
You worked, though.
I did work.
You worked overnight.
And then I had some visitors, a.k.a. Benjamin Adam.
Yeah.
Who was like, get up, Nene. You haven't seen me, and you said you would see me yesterday, and you didn't, and I'm coming to your house right now. And I'm like, okay.
That's cute.
So I have a 5-year-old child now,
Yeah,
and
I could see that.
the struggle is real.
Yeah.
It's not bad when it's just me and him.
Yeah.
But I have realized that I have horrible anxiety when I get around other people and him, because I have this, like, I think that he's going to annoy someone or get on someone's nerves.
Yeah.
Or just do something that somebody, you know what I mean? And it's like, with me at home, I don't care. I get this, like, I'm like, you know, I get over the top when I'm around people, and he's being a kid.
Yeah.
It's a little much for me. I get a little too much. I need somebody to be like, it's fine, like, chill out.
Yeah.
Because
It's
I
fine.
freak out. I'm like, chill out.
I remember one time I yelled at Zaylin because he was like, he was being off the wall.
Yeah.
And I was just like, he was younger, and I think he was bouncing on the couch. And that is one thing I can't do, because I still have a wood table, but I had a solid, that wood table right there.
Yeah.
So, like, if he falls off, and I was in the kitchen, if he falls off the couch and hits his head on that table.
Hospital visit.
Oh, and under my supervision.
Right.
I'm never going to forgive myself.
Yeah.
So, I was just like, I don't even remember what I screamed, but he was like, I don't even know.
It caught him off guard.
He just looked at me, and I was just like, I instantly was like, I am so sorry. My anxiety got the better of me.
Yeah.
And I love you. And I just need you to take it down like 2 notches.
Right.
And he was just like, okay, Lulu. I was like, okay, I love you.
I love how kids are so much more like, they'll take it to heart for a second. And then it doesn't matter anymore.
No, they're like fish. They have short-term memory loss.
Yeah. Because sometimes I'm so mean. And I'm like, God, he's going to be like, I hate her.
No, there was one day I had Zaylin, and I was having a really bad day. Like, had nothing to do with him.
Yeah.
I don't know if, like, it was maybe it was my time of the month. I don't really know. But for some reason, I was crying in the car.
Aw.
Had nothing to do with him.
Yeah.
And I don't know what he said, but I was just like, I love this little dude.
Yeah.
Like, you make
Made
everything.
you feel better?
Yeah. And then, like, I was like, I can't have him see me cry, because then, like,
You don't want his feelings to be hurt.
Yeah.
So I've cried in front of Benji before.
Yeah.
I'll be like, you miss Allie.
Oh.
That's everything. Like, my dog that passed, he'll be like, do you miss Allie? And it'll have nothing to do with Allie. And I'll be like, yeah, I miss Allie.
Oh.
He'll be like, I'll miss her too. Every time he comes to my house, he goes over to my little shrine. And he'll be like, because he knows I don't like him to say her name in the house, because I don't want Kane to, like, think about her. I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
So just to be safe, we don't say her name in the house around Kane.
Yeah.
And he'll be like, Nene, you miss her.
Oh.
I'm like, yes.
But
he's so sweet. They're so sweet.
gotta love them.
But I just don't know if I can be a mom.
Yeah, I'm to the point where, like, I don't really want kids right now.
Just because I just don't think I can. The way that I get so irritated and impatient and, like, just.
I think it might be a little different if it's, like, your own kid. Because, like, that's the thing. Like, Zaylin has to do a lot for me to get, like, really, like. I'm like, okay, too much, dude. Pipe down. Like, because he's, like, my own kid.
Yeah.
But then, like, other, like, random kids, it takes, like, one word out of their mouth. And I'm like, all right, you're doing too much. Get away from me.
Yeah. I don't like you.
Yeah. So I think it's different with like your own kids, especially
Yeah.
like Zalen's like the kid that isn't my kid, but like I feel like if I'm that way with him, surely I would be like that with my own kid.
Yeah.
But
Maybe.
you know how I was when we first like started hanging out. I was like, I need a kid right now.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna give it a surrogate. I'm gonna do it on my own. Like I got this.
You wanted a kid.
Yeah.
And then we talked about it a lot, and now you've seen it
I
at a
see.
different
Yeah.
angle.
So I'll have a kid with the right person.
Or maybe you could be
One
like
day.
Mary. If it's meant to be,
If
God will
it-
put a baby there.
Yeah. If I found someone to start a family with, I would happily have a kid. But till then, I'm perfectly fine being young and single and kid-free, living my life.
Very good. I'm very proud of you.
Yep.
I'm glad
With
you
my
decided not to
dogs.
rush into
I
that.
think I just put all the time and effort into my dog.
Yes, because that is your child.
Yeah. But honestly, like, shout out to Hannah because I feel like she's been a big inspiration on that.
Yeah.
She's such a good dog mom. She's kind of a helicopter mom, which is super funny.
What do you mean? What is that?
What do you, a helicopter mom?
Yeah.
Like, so I'm a dog groomer for like a living. Okay, I do this every day.
Yeah.
I go into people's homes when they're not there. I have keys because I'm a mobile, so I go to people's houses. I take care of animals every day, all day. And Hannah was like freaking out when I went to go do her dog one day. This is just one example. And it was just so funny. And I know Hannah's listening to this, and I know she's going to laugh because she called herself out about it. And she was like, "Do you have to do it this way? And then you say this word and oh my God, and then will you let him potty, but he likes to go over here to do this and da 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 da." And then she was talking to herself in the text message, and she's like, "Shut up, Hannah. She knows what she's doing."
So that's a helicopter mom.
So she's yeah. She has to know what he's doing at all times.
Okay.
But I have kind of become that way with Miley.
Yeah.
Toby.
Yes.
Yeah.
On the cruise, you were obsessed with what Miley was doing.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
You're also
But
a
see, like,
helicopter mom.
so I can't really talk shit. But Toby, I'm not so much a helicopter mom with because
He
has been riding the wave for years.
Yeah, he's in his like 30s now. He's grown.
Yes, he's grown. I mean, this house basically belongs to him.
It does.
Yeah,
He rules the roost.
He
up in here.
rules it. He's the man of the house, and Toby's been partying longer than me, so he gets to do whatever he wants. Miley, she's 9 months old, and she's a crazy wild child, so not so
She's
much.
getting better. She's getting better though.
But I think it's because she's always doing something, like, I feel like she's always doing something wrong.
Even when she's not.
Yeah, so I have to, like, constantly, like, watch her. Mm-hmm. And that's how Hannah is, too. But it's so, like, I have to give her so much props, though. Like, she works so hard with her dog. And it's, shout out, Hannah. You're an awesome dog.
Shout out, Boo.
You're awesome.
Shout out.
Shout out, bitch.
I'm so lucky with Kane. I've never
Yeah.
had to like work with him.
Yeah.
Like he's always just
Well,
been
that's how it
a
was with
super
Toby.
good dog.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me take that back. When he was a puppy, he was not. He chewed.
No, yeah.
He chewed up everything.
Toby was crazy.
He would chew my bedding. He would chew my pillows. He would chew the couch.
No.
Yes.
Okay, Toby didn't do all that.
Now he's the perfect dog.
Toby really was just the best. Like, I taught him how to do, like, simple tricks, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like Toby's always been in charge. But when he was a puppy, his party trick was to pick up his bowl when people were around and, like, walk around the party with his bowl in his mouth, waiting, like he was begging for food.
Shut up.
Dead ass. So that way people would feed him.
No
Mind
way.
you, he got fed plenty of times.
He would do that without anybody. Like, that's just what he would do.
Like when people would come over, when I'd have like parties,
Yeah.
get-togethers, whatever, he'd see
Without
people.
you telling him anything.
No, I wouldn't even be around. He would go and pick up his bowl with his mouth and take it to the people around the room
Shut up.
to get food. They'd give him food too, thinking I didn't feed my dog.
Seen that before.
And then everyone was like, "He's so skinny. You don't feed him."
Wow, Toby is so funny.
Yeah,
I love him.
mind you, he did that with my mom too. He would act like he didn't get fed, so I would feed him, and then I'd go to school and Mom would feed him,
So he was getting double.
and then
food.
I'd come home and feed him,
3 times a day, buddy.
and then Mom sometimes would feed him at night after I went to sleep, thinking I didn't feed him.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah,
I'd be like, do not feed Toby unless I tell you to. Period.
Yeah.
I'm feeding him.
so Toby, he's been living the life since day one, honestly.
I can tell.
So, but anyway, real quick, what are you the queen of this week?
I am the queen of letting my house stay dirty since the cruise and not picking up anything. I haven't done anything. Like luggage still in my room, like nothing's unpacked, living out of my luggage, living room and I just being lazy. I'm the queen of being lazy. I just feel like I haven't had time to do anything.
Fuck it, own it.
And I'm owning it.
Period.
Hadn't even been home since the cruise. I literally just slept in my bed for the first time yesterday morning
Yeah.
since before the cruise. So like almost a month I haven't been in my own bed. Because when I got home, I didn't have power. Stayed at my cousin's. So
So that's okay. We can balance each other out
okay.
because I think I am the queen of keeping my house together.
Yes.
Um,
Completely opposite of me.
cause so I always I never really liked dishes in the sink, but now I'm actually doing something about it.
Good for you.
And I'm
Oh, wrong one.
wrong one. I got you. Hang on.
There you go.
Thank you. The only thing, you did get the room together though.
Yeah, the room looks great.
Yeah.
The studio, you guys, is coming together.
It is.
It's really cute.
It's coming together.
You don't believe us, but it's gonna be.
Yeah. But, the only thing is my closet needs to be cleaned out and everything like that. And a lot of that is from traveling. Because it's like the suitcases and stuff.
Oh, okay. So
Kind of.
kind of the same.
I cleaned it out to like a certain degree.
Yeah.
So. But I'm like keeping things together. I'm not over grocery shopping.
Oh, never again.
Never again. Because I've always been like an overstocker.
Yeah.
Because I like having backups, and I'm someone that like wants to go to the grocery store like once or twice a month. I mean, once every like 1 to 2 months.
Yeah.
So like I backstock stuff.
Okay.
But then a lot of times I won't. By the time it comes around to eat it, I'm not really in the mood for that anymore, and then I forget it's there.
And then it gets old. It's time
Right.
to throw away. Wasting.
So I stopped doing that.
Good.
But I do have to go to the grocery store for groceries this week. But
So what are you gonna do? Are you just gonna like plan out what meals you're gonna have this week,
Yeah.
and then that's what you're gonna buy?
yeah.
Okay.
Or I'm gonna get like, because I mean I still backstock like certain things. Like I still have like condiments, spices, like stuff like that I backstock. But as far as like meat, like piling up in the freezer,
Yeah.
frozen vegetables, I'm not doing any of
Cheese.
that. Yeah.
Bread.
Yeah, like I'm not doing none of that. So, I mean, getting an idea of what I want to have.
Yeah.
Or so I'll, like, when I go to the store tomorrow, I'll probably get, like, a tenderloin, chicken, maybe pork chops or hot dogs or something.
Cube steak.
I'll get, like, different meat.
Cube steak with mashed potatoes and gravy.
Yeah, I'll get, like, 4 different meats and do whatever with those.
Yeah, whatever sides. Now, I
Yeah.
do have a lot of sides.
Yeah,
I just don't have a lot of meat
yeah.
stocked up. I just get that as I go.
Yeah.
By the way,
So-
these are my cruise toes. They still look halfway decent.
These are also my cruise toes, but these were like before cruise toes.
Okay, let's see them. Okay, those aren't bad.
They're terrible. These are
Can
like
you see
3 vacations ago toes. These
These
are
are
like
mine.
Vegas toes.
These are my cruise toes.
I'm not showing you my
Yeah,
toes.
look at Lauren's.
No.
Show yours.
I'm not showing my toes.
Please.
I will show you my. I will show you.
They
my toes.
look
They
fine.
look good. These were like Vegas toes. Okay. That was like 4 months ago. All right. You
Welcome to spooky season, you guys, and I have a super spooky case.
ready? Ooh.
It's also short.
Well, we also have it in the headlines first.
Oh, we do.
We do. So, hit it. In the headlines this week.
Hit us.
Oh, me?
Yep.
Okay. So, I think all of mine are animals this week. Maybe, some food too. Okay. British Zoo announces hatching of 2 endangered African penguins. This is a zoo in England, obviously. It's being hailed as an important step for the conservation of the endangered species. So that's a good thing.
Yes, very good, very good.
The next thing is alligator lunges out of Milton floodwaters.
Oh my gosh.
This is one of my biggest fears because I'm fully convinced we're gonna have a hurricane. It's gonna be like a Sharknado.
No,
Or something.
that
Not
can't happen.
not like an actual Sharknado, but if you live in Florida, I'm just saying I wouldn't put it past a little sharky swimming in your house. You know what I'm saying? That's what I picture.
Right.
But I'm also smart enough to know that when a hurricane's coming, all the fishies go out to sea.
Yeah.
They don't want to be swept away in it. I know that. Just let me have my irrational fears.
Okay. That's going to happen.
Workers with Florida Waste Management Company captured video of the moment an alligator lunged out of Hurricane Milton floodwaters and attacked the tire of their vehicle.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't that crazy? So they actually got it on video because I guess they were trying to video the water, what all had happened, how high the water was.
Uh-huh.
And then all of a sudden the alligator was like, "Ow." Yeah. The tire didn't appear to be badly damaged by the gator as they drove away.
Well, good.
That's good. I'm glad your tire wasn't damaged.
Yes.
All right. Next one. Crash covers California highway in sweet potatoes.
Yummy.
Listen.
That sounds good.
Look, I literally typed my funny joke in here.
Okay.
And I hope you all get it.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you a second to comprehend
Okay.
it. If you listen to the podcast, I hope you'd understand. A crash on California highway caused an hour-long traffic jam.
Oh.
That's not my joke. That's their joke. But isn't that
That's
funny?
cute.
Traffic jam. Traffic was brought to a standstill when a crash involving a truck caused hundreds of sweet potatoes to drop in the road.
Jeez.
Now here's my joke.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
What about the 30-minute rule?
Hell no.
It
No,
worked for
ma'am.
the pizza.
No, ma'am. Y'all, if you did not listen to episode 54, I think it was.
I think it's 54. 54, 54. No,
Yeah.
54.
No, it's 54. If you're having a bad day,
That one was pretty
throw that
funny.
shit on because you're going to die.
No, that
laughing.
shit was pretty funny.
Hilarious. I think it's the funniest one we've had.
But honestly, I feel like the potatoes could have been washed. They could have been salvaged. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, hopefully they didn't throw
No,
them
they
all
100%
away.
threw them away.
All of them?
Yes.
No.
Now, if I would have been out there, I would have gotten out of my car.
I'd be like, hold up.
And I
Let
would
me
have
get a
collected.
basket.
Yeah, I would have collected them. I love me some sweet potatoes. As a matter of fact, that's going to be a side for tomorrow night's dinner.
Sounds good.
Maddie, if you're listening, we probably just had sweet potato fries. Or sweet potatoes.
Yummy.
The cleanup though, lasted several hours. Bet it wouldn't have lasted several hours if you told everyone they got free potatoes.
That's right. They would have been out there ready.
All right, last one. Dozens of hungry raccoons take over Washington woman's property.
I saw that.
I was wondering if you did.
Yes, I saw that, and I was like, hell no.
I kind of was like, I hope Brittney doesn't have this one.
Uh-uh.
Okay. A woman called the authorities when she found her home surrounded by nearly 100 raccoons. The woman told the sheriff's office deputies she has been giving food to the raccoons near her home for about 35 years.
What the hell? Then that's
Why? Yeah, like you should expect it.
This bitch has pet raccoons and she's tired of them. So now she's going to call the cops on them.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you don't want to leave? I'm done with y'all. Get up
Yeah,
out of here.
exactly.
No, you cannot do that.
But about 6 weeks ago, dozens of the animals suddenly showed up on her property. Probably because word got out she had been feeding them for 35 years.
Yo, dude, go down the block about 3 blocks.
Yeah. They said everyone started migrating to her house. They were
Yeah.
like, no, let's go down here. She's been feeding us. That's what we fed.
Exactly.
The raccoons from the other counties were like, damn, they look big over there. What they eating?
Yeah,
you know?
let's go over there.
Yeah. She said they would surround her day and night demanding food.
Shit.
She was quoted prices as high as $500 per raccoon to trap and relocate them.
Nope.
That's
expensive.
That's insane. It was only because whoever was quoting her didn't want to do it. But then deputies referred her to Washington State Department of Fish and Wildlife, which put her in touch with local wildlife control operators to remove the raccoons. And the department released a statement after this situation saying, quote, feeding raccoons may create undesirable situations for you, your children, neighbors, pets, and the raccoons themselves. Raccoons that are fed by people often lose their fear of humans and may become aggressive when not fed as expected. End quote.
I didn't know that.
Guys, don't feed the freaking raccoons.
Please don't.
Like, unless you actually have them as pets, because I know people who have them as pets.
Yeah, I had a friend that had one as a pet.
I mean, that's pretty cool if you ask me. But if they're wild, out in the wild, like, don't feed them. You know those signs that are posted in wildlife places that say don't feed the animals?
There's a reason.
There's a freaking reason.
Definitely.
So, like, they don't want to deal with it. I doubt you want to deal with it. Or pay $500 per raccoon to get rid of them. That's all I'm saying. Don't feed the raccoons, guys. Or any strange animals that show up.
For real.
Okay. You got any?
I do.
Okay.
So, apparently, a 6-year-old girl was kidnapped in Arkansas in 1995. And almost 30 years later, a suspect has finally been identified.
What?
Yeah, girl. So, Morgan Nick was abducted from the parking lot of a Little League ball field in the rural town of Alma on June 9th of 1995. The police got a description of the suspect along with details of a red truck with a white camper shell that the suspect allegedly drove. And then authorities identified an initial person of interest who drove a red truck and was arrested a few months later for sexual solicitation of a child. And then when they questioned him about the disappearance, he denied any knowledge of Morgan's abduction and appeared to be truthful. So the detectives, along with other law enforcement, spent thousands of hours investigating, and they did not reach a significant conclusion at that time. So then in 2019, they started to review the case. They ended up locating the truck and who drove it at the time of the disappearance. And then with some forensic tests, like in hair evidence, they realized that it belonged to Morgan Nick's mother, Colleen Nick, or one of her siblings or children. So basically they found out that he really had been in the truck, and then that he did actually kidnap her, like several years later, like just now.
Oh
They're
my god.
like taking him in for that. So that was crazy. And then also, did you hear about the Bath and Body Works candle that was removed from the stores?
No.
So Bath and Body Works is pulling from its shelves a seasonal candle after complaints the snowflake design on its label resembled a Ku Klux Klan hood.
Bro, what?
Yeah. So it's meant to be a nod to a folded snowflake cutout, and some people are dubbing it as a clandle. And
I'm sorry, that's not funny.
the KK clandle for the pair of cutout holes in the white pointed snowflakes. So I will have to find that and let you see it to see if you agree that it looks like a Ku Klux Klan hood.
Clandle.
Yeah, it's the clandle.
That's so messed
Oh,
up.
here's what it looks like.
Okay, I can see that.
I can see it.
Yeah, I can see that.
It looks a little creepy.
Yeah, I agree.
So there's that.
Clandle. What was the scent called though?
Like snowflake something. It wasn't nothing crazy.
Oh, okay.
And then one more thing. The Gulf Breeze doctor arrested on 2 counts of first-degree murder and 10 others arrested. So the Florida Department of Law Enforcement arrested a Northwest Florida doctor and those who sold drugs prescribed by her on Thursday. It says that 72-year-old Dr. Elaine Cecil Sharp of Pensacola, they arrested her for murder, manslaughter, and racketeering after a multi-year investigation of an illegal drug ring accused of dealing narcotics and opioids in Northwest Florida. And this is her. Never would you think.
No, never.
Sweet,
Grandma, what are you doing?
sweet little grandma looking lady. She's also accused of unlawfully prescribing for monetary gain, unlawfully prescribing medications that weren't necessary, conspiracy trafficking of oxycodone, hydromorphone, all kinds of stuff, money laundering.
Oh my gosh.
Like she's been doing it up, along
Good
with
Lord.
a 58-year-old, a 63-year-old, a 43-year-old, a 37-year-old, a 63-year-old. Another 60-year-old.
I mean, they're just living the life. Honestly.
They're so old.
They're just. I don't even know what to say anymore.
I know. So get it together, Grandma. All right. So I'm coming at you with a spooky Halloween case.
Ooh.
So you can,
Yeah.
get in the mood. It's a quick case. It's not very long, but it definitely leaves you thinking about how. I don't think I want to hand out candy this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Born in Santa Rosa, California in 1952, Doreen grew up in a peaceful, loving, and supportive environment. She loved helping people, and she ended up going to school and became a physical therapist. So she was married twice. Her first husband was Michael Dennis, and her second husband was Charles Erbert. And Charles owned a carpet store, and she and him had a daughter named Deanna. She had a son with Mike, who was named Paul, Mike is her first husband. They had a son named Paul, but in 1976, Paul tragically died at the age of 4 after climbing a fence and falling into a pool and drowning.
Oh my gosh.
Mike was never able to forgive Doreen after that. He said that she should have been paying more attention to their son. Like, he blamed her for it.
Damn. That actually happens a lot.
Yeah.
Like the parents, when they lose a child tragically, blaming one another.
Mm-hmm. And it ends up not working out.
Yeah, I've heard that happen a lot.
So, on Halloween in 1984, Doreen and Charles, which is her new husband, decided to take Deanna trick-or-treating. And after they return home, they get settled in. They start watching a movie, and then they were handing out candy as well. So Charles decides that he wanted to take a trip to the liquor store because he was a drinker. And then he also went and got more candy for the trick-or-treaters. Around 9 p.m., Doreen heard a knock at the door. And instead of it being a child dressed up and asking for candy, it was a man wearing a pair of mechanic's coveralls and a wolf mask.
What? I feel like I've seen this costume, first of all.
Yeah.
Like 100% I've seen this costume.
So Benji wants to be a wolf for Halloween.
Oh, no.
And when I was doing this case, I just kept thinking about how I just don't want him to be one, but he's obsessed with wolves and shit.
Yeah.
So he's going to be a wolf for Halloween. So anyway, she opens the door. It's a man, in a wolf mask. And as soon as she opens the door and sees him, she tells her daughter to hide because she just knew something was wrong. Well, apparently when she opened the door, he told her, he said, "I'm going to kill you." Yes. So, the little girl ran behind the couch and covered herself up. The man in the wolf costume brutally murdered Doreen in front of her 4-year-old Deanna.
Holy cow.
He sliced Irene's, trigger warning.
Thank you.
He sliced Doreen's head, body, and unborn son. She was 8 months pregnant with a son for her and Charles. Yes. He removed the unborn fetus and hacked it apart. After savagely attacking Doreen, the killer searched the house for Deanna, who stayed hidden. She said that he shouted out that if she said anything, he was going to come back. She said that he was going to kill her. And in his hand was an 18-inch machete. He killed Doreen with an 18-inch machete. Yes. There was so much blood that when Charles returned home, he slipped and fell in all the blood coming inside. And when the police arrived, Charles was weeping and covered in blood. Inside the suburban home, officers find a grisly discovery. Doreen was filleted open like a gutted deer. Her fetus lay on the floor underneath a chair holding a jack-o'-lantern. One of the police officers said, "I looked at the jack-o'-lantern and it was smiling over this baby. It was completely out of a horror film. Blood was splattered onto the walls, ceiling, and floor." He says, "I remember walking into the house and you could see about an inch of blood over the floor, and I turned to my left and I see a fetus, and I said, what the hell happened here?" Retired San Jose detective Bert Caro said, "How can anybody do something like that? Horrible. Horrible."
I just oh my gosh.
Deanna was found hiding in a room.
Mm-hmm.
And the police looked at Charles as a person of interest at first because he was an alcoholic. They think that maybe he left and come home drunk and angry or something because he was going to the liquor store. But then other evidence started pointing in another direction because the wolf mask was left at the door.
Oh.
And the blood trail found from the house was going down the block. So blood samples were taken from the blood trail and held for evidence. Mike was quickly interviewed, but he didn't want to talk right away. He actually ignored the police, and when they knocked on his door to talk to him, they could hear water running, the lights were on, it was clear that he was in there, but he wouldn't come to the door. And when he finally did answer the door, he had a bandage on his hand. And he claimed that it came from carving a jack-o'-lantern, that he cut himself with a knife carving a jack-o'-lantern. They also noted blood around his house. He had bloody clothing, and there was blood on his steering wheel and shifter in his car. Now, if that isn't a giveaway,
Right.
then they immediately arrested him for the murder and because of all the blood everywhere.
Yeah.
And then they found a receipt for an 18-inch machete. And they also found 2 handmade coffins and body bags. They think he was planning to kill more than one person. I think that he was going to kill both Doreen and Charles. But Charles had happened to leave to go to the store. Oh, yeah. And so he was going, since the little girl was there, he was just going to kill her and the mom.
But like all that extraness with the baby was not necessary.
Well, he never forgave her for his son dying, and he knew she was pregnant with a little boy.
Excuse me, what?
He never forgave her.
Who? Oh, it was her ex.
Yeah, it was Mike. Mike never forgave her for, their son drowning, and he found out she was pregnant with a little boy, and he killed it and her.
That is so twisted.
So despite all the evidence against Mike, he was released because of lack of evidence.
What?
But less than a week later, he was arrested again because his blood matched the samples that were collected from the scene that night.
Yeah.
And then also a woman from a Halloween party that Mike had went to a year prior told the police that she recognized the wolf mask that was found at the murder scene, and it was one that he had worn the year following.
The year prior?
Yeah, sorry. In September of 1999, Mike was convicted of first-degree and second-degree murder for killing Doreen and the unborn baby boy. And he is still on death row today.
Period.
In San Quentin.
Damn.
Let me show you this wolf mask because it's creepy.
I feel like I've seen it. Oh.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
He killed her and that baby.
I wonder if she knew it was him.
I don't know.
Just because, like, you know how...
You know his voice.
You know his voice, his eyes.
Yeah.
You were married to this man. You had a kid with this man. Like, I feel like you would know.
I think she knew, but I don't think she even had time to...
React.
To put it together, yeah. She just told
but I'm
her
thinking,
daughter to hide.
Yeah. That's unbelievable. You got a scary story for us?
I sure do.
Period.
All right, this is short and sweet. It's called The 13th Child, also known as Jersey Devil.
Oh.
This is an urban legend. Okay.
Okay.
Way back in 1935, a woman who lived in the expansive woods of New Jersey's secluded Pine Barrens cursed the birth of her own 13th child. Don't know why.
Like, she gave birth to 13 children?
Yep.
Okay.
Born a freak of nature, the bat-winged and cloven-hooved creature has been terrorizing the area ever since.
Word.
Sightings became so widespread that it's rumored that the Philadelphia Zoo posted a $10,000 reward for the capture of the beast. For more information on the Jersey Devil, look it up.
Bro, what?
Yes, there's said to be a freaking little devil running around New Jersey.
Right now?
Yes, it's an urban legend. They've never found it. But it's the 13th child of a woman.
Wouldn't he be dead by now?
Not if it's some kind of crazy like this weird creature.
So, like, when something happens, they just blame it on the 13th child?
Basically.
Okay.
It was
So
the
it's like
13th
one of
child.
those.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
All right, I'm going to do another one because that was short.
Okay.
So I'm sure you've all heard of Bloody Mary.
Yes.
But have you really heard of her story? Like, do you know about her, like how she came about?
I don't think so. I might. I don't know.
So, one of the most famous urban legends is the myth of Bloody Mary. Go into a room, turn the lights out, and look into the mirror while saying her name 3 times. Your girl Mary will then appear. Have you ever done it?
I think so. It was like a long time ago.
Yeah, but you've done it before.
I think so. I might have been too chicken. I don't remember.
Like, I wouldn't do it now,
Oh,
but I'm
absolutely.
pretty sure I've done it before. And nothing happened. But I always had a friend with me in the bathroom.
See, I've always been someone that, like, I imagine my own shit.
Yeah.
So, like, I definitely can't do it now.
Well, in the earliest versions of this tale, the story goes that an unwed woman would see the face of the man she'd marry in the glass. So if you were unmarried and you went and you said her name, you would see the man you would marry.
Oh.
Okay. However, if she were destined to die alone, she'd see a skull. The story eventually evolved into something more sinister, where participants would see the bloody face of the evil spirit. So I think we should go summon her. We should try it.
Are you insane?
Let's just see. What if
My
we...
house is already haunted.
I just think...
I think we should whip out the sage.
Do you dare?
Are we about to go play Bloody Mary in the bathroom?
Yeah. I'm sure someone in the house will do it.
I guarantee you neither one of them will.
You-
Actually, Jalen might.
Jalen might.
Jalen might.
We're going to have to get Jalen to do it.
All right.
All right, I'm going to do one more. And this is called The Watcher. So, a New Jersey urban legend that crept its way to viral fame in 2015, The Watcher. Have you ever heard of that?
Sounds vaguely familiar.
The Watcher is the tale of a young family moving into their dream home in Westfield. Shortly after they had settled in, they began receiving anonymous letters signed by The Watcher.
Yes. No, they made a show about this on Netflix.
I'm pretty sure I watched it.
And it was so crazy.
Yes, the writer claimed that it was his duty to watch over the house and filled the letters with chilling lines such as, "Do you need to fill the house with the young blood I requested?" Even worse, the people who live there are still receiving creepy letters to this day.
To this day, yeah.
Yeah.
It's still going on. No matter who lives there, you're going to get letters.
Uh-huh.
It's so creepy. I looked into it after I watched it. Like, watched the show.
It's a real thing because I almost did a
Yes.
case about it.
It's a
But it
real
wasn't
thing.
enough.
Yeah. No, but you need to go watch that show on Netflix because it is.
If you
real.
haven't, go watch
Yeah.
The Watcher. It's good.
Watch The Watcher.
Watch The Watcher. Hopefully no one's watching us because we have 2 windows in front of us that are partially covered.
Yeah, I need more curtains on this window.
So we're being watched. Hopefully just by you.
That was cute.
All right.
So I think that's it.
That's it. I'm proud of us.
Me too.
We're getting it back together.
We are.
We're doing the damn thing.
Period.
Getting prepared for season 2.
Yeah. All right, guys. So go follow us on social media at Killer Vacations Podcast. And you can follow us on our social media, which I just said. Did I not?
Yeah, you just repeated yourself.
I
That's
did.
okay.
So we're going to start that over. You can contact us at killervacationspodcast@yahoo.com. You can also send us a DM. You can text us if you have our number. And whatever makes your heart flutter. And you can like us, follow us, give us some stars or something. Give us some thumbs up. And we'll be catching you a lot this month. You know.
Tune in.
See you Wednesdays and Fridays, baby.
Yeah.
Y'all have an awesome, spectacular weekend, guys.
Spooky week.
Bye.
Toodles.